What's up, everybody? Welcome your FieldersChoice.com NFL show. Pound that. This is the new name, Pound the Rock Show. NFL DFS. I'm here with Chris Duffy, Pete Cole. This is my first show doing NFL this year. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Ready to go. Blanking this week, and think we've been on a roll for NFL this year, so ready to attack week 5.
And we're finally back. We had a couple weeks hiatus. Adam usually does his show. I'm kind of a relief pitcher here. I didn't have power from the hurricane last week, I think it was then. But we're back. We're back to normal Saturdays again. FieldersChoice.com. Check us out. $25 a month. That includes all sports plus all the props. We pretty much were NHL starting now. Actually, the opening game was yesterday. College football. College football is one of our main sports. So me and Chris both do that. NBA is coming up soon. What else? Of course, NFL, college football, and then college hoops. Before you know it, college hoops is like less than a month away, I think now. I think it's like the first week of November. So we're at NFL. We're gonna go through it quick as we're talking DFS. We're gonna go by position. Said anybody, what's up, Jeremy Burton? Anybody that's watching, jump in, ask questions, give comments, whether I know I'm talking about it or we don't. I'm gonna try and make this informal as we're going on. I was just looking at some injuries real quick, and I was looking up a couple names if there's anybody come back. Well, Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of my guys, he's still like limited, and I know they have a week 6 bye, so we're not even sure if he's gonna play this week. Do you know anything? Have you heard any more on St. Brown?
Yeah, I think it's still questionable. We got to monitor that situation.
Kamara's coming back, right?
I thought he was gonna play here. Maybe that was someone else.
Well, I was just wondering because they have a bye next week, so I was kind of curious that maybe they hold him out one more week. But he's my guy. We know Bateman's out. Gabe Davis, he's back playing his ankle. He was a full participant this week. David Montgomery still limited. They have see their week 6 matchup is on a Thursday night, so that's gonna be interesting. That quick turnaround game. Kamara, we think, is still playing after that last minute surprise, and it's pretty much all I really have. Any of the main guys. Gerald Everett hamstring, Logan Thomas with that calf. All right, that's it. That's pretty good. We're good for injuries. All right, so let's go. Let's go right through this here. I'm mumbling. So I'm not used to NFL here, but not like I don't play it. But quarterbacks. So let's start cash, and I'm just looking at early projections here. We still have a full 24 hours, but right now, what I'm looking at in projections I'm seeing is a 3-man show right now. Brady, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts are your 3 main guys in cash. I'm looking at DK now. We're pretty much talking DraftKings. FanDuel's pretty much. I have a couple of FanDuel notes I'll bring up as we talk to their positions. But Brady, Allen, Hurts, you got those 3 for cash, or anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I like all 3 of them. I mainly personally convincing it to Hurts and Brady are going to probably be my 2 higher owned guys in my if I go cash. I do like Allen here, but Vegas has them winning this game pretty easily. So I'm going to go a different route with either Hurts or Brady. I will mix Allen in some, but yeah, I agree with that. That's kind of where I'm at for cash.
I'm looking Brady too, because I'm telling you, there's no way Brady's not. They've lost the last 2. I seen a stat here. He's actually behind Jacoby Brissett in fantasy points per game, 15.2. But guess what? He's got Evans back now. He's got Godwin back now. All his boys are back. Julio Jones is back. He didn't play much. He didn't see much action because I know I played him in Showdown. But Julio Jones is back. Falcons ranked 2nd worst in fantasy point allowed to opposing quarterbacks, a plus 7.7. I'm all over Brady this week for cash. That's my on DK. But I think at FanDuel you're probably looking more toward like a Jalen Hurts type on FanDuel the way things are rolling out while I'm looking at pricing here.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay is what they're predicted to score, or not predicted, Vegas has them scoring 28.5, 28.25. So I think that's the highest on the slate. So definitely a good price for Brady there.
And Brady is not losing 3 games in a row. He's coming. Yeah, I'm just looking at his number. Sorry. So Brady's my guy. All right, you're the GPP guy. So catch is boring. Who's your top quarterback? We'll get some game stacks. I guess we'll get some game stacks when we get done. Who's your top right now? Who's your top GPP quarterback right now? Top 1, 2.
So much.
Tell me. Talk to me.
In my single entry / 3 entry max type GPP. Sorry, I'm looking at. I'm going to this guy. I know a lot of people will be off him. But I like Murray, Kyler Murray a little bit still. I'm not going to get off him quite yet. So up top, I like Murray and Herbert. I think Herbert's in play for sure. He's 7,100 is a pretty fair price for him. And then if I go down below, I kind of like guys like Zach Wilson or Bridgewater. And Lawrence. Those are kind of the guys I'm mixing in. I'm trying to keep a more condensed player pool here. But like I said, with cash, it's Hurts and Brady, and GPP, I'm kind of mixing those guys in. Bridgewater, yeah, he's not the best, but this is against the Jets. He's got, hopefully he'll and Bridgewater just throw some short inky dinky passes and get some yards from his guys there. So I don't mind him. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, quarterback and GPP so far.
Pay up, I like Herbert. You obviously mentioned him. What I'm looking at, especially with Herbert, there's 2 road games this year. He's told 674 yards, 5 touchdowns. Now they're traveling to Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's got a solid defense. But I believe they could be getting Keenan Allen back this week, which will definitely help. And Herbert definitely on DK. You got $1,000 discount on DraftKings. Probably if I'm going FanDuel, I'm going back to Jalen Hurts probably in GVPs. I'm going more mid-price Trevor Lawrence. I have some interest in. 8 touchdowns first 4 weeks of the season, and he's actually done against some pretty good defenses. You're going against Eagles, Chargers, Colts. So Trevor Lawrence is playing pretty good football right now. And now they're home against a really bad Texans defense. So like Trevor Lawrence, and now getting a little bit weird, a little bit different. One quarter I'm looking at, and people may call me crazy, but Andy Dalton. I just had more a gut feeling, but facing the Seahawks right now, the Seahawks are dead last in DVOA against the pass. They've given up 274 passing yards per game, 7 touchdowns on the season, and opposing quarterbacks got almost like a 106 passer rating. So Dalton as like a sneaky gut play, and maybe a little Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz is going to be very low owned after the Dallas. So Carson Wentz is he's going up against Tennessee. Dallas defense is much tougher than that Tennessee defense. So I'm looking at Dalton, Wentz, and agree with you on Herbert. On FanDuel, I'd be rocking probably more of a Jalen Hurts type. And probably, maybe, yeah, that's it. I said it, and I mentioned Trevor Lawrence. Max Duggan touchdown. All right, so let's quarterback.
Yeah.
Eric, what's up, Eric? Big E said Trevor Lawrence GPP. See, everybody agrees with me. They all know I know what I'm talking about.
No, I like the Dalton call. 5,200 is pretty fair for him. Mm-hmm. Seattle's terrible. You
get Michael Thomas back this week, possibly, right?
Yeah, I was trying to see who we could pair him with. Even if as we go into running back, I don't mind. I definitely like Kamara even for cash. So I don't know. You could maybe pair them because maybe Kamara will catch a couple and run them in for a touchdown or something.
I'm all over Kamara tomorrow.
And
So
one other guy, like you did mention, I'm pretty high on. I wasn't going to mention him yet because I was going to keep him more for like an ugly game stack. I always try to do one ugly game stack, but yeah, that's Wentz. Wentz started out the year super hot. I mean, over 30 points first 2 games. So that's kind of an ugly game stack for me there. Wentz with some of his receivers, but yeah, we'll keep it GPP for sure.
yeah, I got good feelings about all those names you mentioned. And I got to hurry up and make some laps after the show. Because we have anybody that's watching, especially premium members, we still have the 3:30. We'll be up by 3:30. We have the 3:30 slate for college football. I'll have a core out for that, and the write-ups out for 7 p.m. We'll have a core for 7 p.m. college football slate. So said college. My brain is college football wired now, but as we're talking here, I'm slowly getting back into it. All right, running back right now. We are looking at our chalky plays for tomorrow. Once again, I'm talking DraftKings, not FanDuel. Right now, we are looking at, and me and Chris are talking off air, Leonard Fournette. Right now, Fournette is projected to be highest owned. Him and Ramondre Stevenson, even though I'm more a Harris guy. But you got Stevenson, Jeff Wilson, Damian Pierce is up there, and then like my boy Kamara. They're kind of our chalky cash plays right now, projected ownership. Talk to me. Who are you liking for cash and running back? And if not, why? If you're not Fournette, why? Talk to me, young man.
So at running back, I do like Fournette, but I'm not as high as him as the field is. I don't really want to. I would rather put some receivers with Tom Brady if I'm going Brady cash. I actually don't mind Brady and Fournette together, but I'm not kind of looking there right now. For cash, I am. Hold on a second. I'm kind of looking.
Hyatt touchdown, Tennessee.
Fournette's receptions have actually been pretty well, so I might just have to think about that a little more. But right now I'm looking at.
White, but remember, Rashad White got a lot of that work when the game was out. It was pretty much they were playing from way behind. So I'm not sure if White, and I love Rashad White. I'm not sure if Rashad White is actually going to get the work that everybody's talking about this week.
Yeah, Fournette still, he's very explosive. He looks good when you watch him play. But I do like Kamara here for cash, and I'm just hoping he's healthy. I don't think he'll be too sneaky. I'm not seeing him too high owned though. He's right in the middle. I do like Kamara here against Seattle. He should be a focal point, and if he's healthy, it's an absolute smash spot. I think it's the lowest price on the year for him. Let me see. Definitely is.
It's his lowest price since 2017.
Yeah. I mean, I used him a ton last year. He failed a good amount. I am worried when he's hurt because there is a big difference of when he's healthy and hurt.
Yes.
But reports are saying he's healthy. So I like Kamara for cash. Another guy, I brought him up in the beginning of the week. And this guy is not showing to be highly owned at all, but I'm really liking Robinson, James Robinson for Jacksonville. He is a talented running back, and they are, he tracked us a good amount last year. I think I used him not last week, but the week before, and he did okay. I think it's a pretty smash spot for him against Houston here. I definitely like him for cash. I'm not scared to go to him, especially if it's low ownership. Maybe I'll take the trap. Let's see who else I got with them here.
What about Nick Chubb?
About who?
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb, I don't have for cash. I actually like Henry and Cook for cash. Them are the guys I have. Henry, Cook, and Robinson and Kamara are kind of my cash game running backs. I got kind of mixed in. And then, I don't know, as we go into GPP, I'll talk more about that.
All right. Agree. I agree with pretty much all the plays you said. But up top, I do like Chubb. Couple guys, Damian Pierce. He took a salary hike. Now you got Damian Pierce is up to 6,200. He's up $600 from last week, but he's still only the 15th highest priced RB on the slate. And we know now he's the RB1. So I like him. We liked him in Florida. He has best game last week as a pro against the Chargers. He's just remember watching him before. He's got that breakaway speed. He can run in between tackles. He makes the defense miss an open field. All that kind of. He's definite breakaway speed. So I like Pierce. I can definitely use Pierce in cash. Miles Sanders took a price hike too, but more of a GPP play for me. My main cash play, and I think you can go up and down, is we mentioned Kamara. Kamara's my top guy. And like I said, when he's healthy, he's the best in the game, is Breece Hall. And I think I definitely could, no problem playing Breece Hall in cash. Now what he carried about 17 times last week, targeted 6 times. So first time double digit carries. And I think it's going to go up and up after this. So 15 points back-to-back weeks. So I'd rather play Hall than a lot of other guys. Hall's my guy, and I like probably Kamara. And I mean, you're right with Fournette though. I dismiss Fournette every week, and then he's got such a floor. Probably his highest floor. Him or Derrick Henry probably have the highest floor in the slate, or Kamara. So, all right, that's cash. Who are we looking at for GPPs?
Yeah, I do like the Breece Hall call. I mentioned him in the survey. I did just a group survey in the beginning with Robinson or Breece Hall if they were traps. With Hall, I'm a little afraid that New York's going to be tailing and trying to catch up here. So I somewhat like Zach Wilson a little bit too. But I'll definitely have Breece Hall mixed in some. His targets were 6-11. Only one in week 2, but then 9 targets. So he's got 27 targets in 4 weeks. So it's pretty encouraging. There's a lot of guys around his price. So I mean, this is a pretty good GPP slate.
Yeah. And
there's just tons of running backs around the price. I mean, Wilson, he might be chalky. I'm going to kind of keep him for GPP though. I'm not going to go. I'll probably be under the field on him. And then you're going to have the tilt of Stevenson or Harris. I like both those guys.
I could play both of them. I'm going to play both.
Yeah, I think you might be able in some GPPs. I was going to say play them both in a lineup. I always like McCaffrey and Chubb, and then once again Eckler. But I think Henry in my game stack. I'm going to have a Tennessee and Washington. That's going to be my ugly game stack of the week. Henry's going to be one of my focal points in that stack. But these low-owned running backs, I've seen a trend of finding of guys winning the Millie Maker or guys winning big-time GPPs with these low-owned running backs who go off. So guys like a Henry or guys like that are lower owned. I think last week it was Josh Jacobs. A guy maybe like a Miles Sanders. He got what? I wrote him down.
Sanders is definitely.
Yeah, if you're going off of Hurts there, I mean, he got 3 targets last week, and he got 27 carries.
Double
it's against Arizona. They're like 9 point. They're pretty hefty favorites. These are the kind of guys that I think if you get your running back right, James Robinson, if he's low owned, I don't see how he can be that low owned. But just so many guys to mix and match in there. But yeah, so I think my main GPP guy is is Stevenson. I kind of like him. And let's see. Oh, here, let me mention this guy. I do like this guy as leverage, and I do like Chubb, and I think he'll be pretty popular. What's Chubb's predicted ownership right now? Let's
Chubb
see.
Is
he's only at
4%.
Yeah, a lot of these running backs are. That's why it's a good GPP week, because a lot of these running backs are are in pretty good spots, but they're predicted for low. I mean, Robinson and Chubb are both around 4 or 5%. But another guy for leverage is Hunt. I think it's a pretty fair price, and I think it's a pretty good leverage point off of Chubb. He's still getting 10 to 15 carries a week, and he's getting about 4 or 5 targets a week. In an up-paced game against the Chargers, I think it's a decent spot for Hunt. But I know it's a lot, and it's a lot of, talking about running back, but I think there's so many plays. And I think you kind of got to, mix and match these guys in your GPPs for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're right. GPP week all the way, and there's so many guys you can use. And one guy, you mentioned J-Rob, so I'm not gonna go through J-Rob again. One guy, of course, it's a fins up, is Raheem Mostert. I just think
you're not worried about Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds finds the end zone, but it's gonna happen. And I don't think he's got a touchdown yet this year. No, he doesn't. So this week he's gonna get his first touchdown. And let me see, rushed 69 yards last week, caught 2 passes, 12 more yards. This is the week that he scores and no Edmonds. I like him. And as just a total sneaky play is low. I mean, it's low owned, low price GPP, just 5,700 Tyler Algier. And that's FanDuel price, but I don't know what DK price is. But Cordell Patterson is out, I believe, now. You can start getting now attention from Algier. The only thing that does worry me, though, is Avery Williams. He's actually run fewer routes than Avery Williams, but I think more of a gut call. I can see Algier having a decent game. Watched a lot of him in college. And I think that, and I totally agree. And I may even use Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, and just to get really weird, like some of those Millie Maker lineups, may end up using those guys in the same line just to be totally different. I wouldn't usually recommend it, but I'll get some Harrison and some Stevenson, and it's pretty. I think it's it. The only one we didn't mention, I think, was a decent leverage play, Austin Eckler.
Yeah, they were mentioning him here on YouTube,
but got to mention him. He had coming out that huge game. Singletary.
Yeah, Eckler can be tilting for sure, but I think he's definitely in play. One thing about Eckler I love is that he's in the receiving game. You know what I mean? So he can be tilting, but he's going to get the targets.
I think he's the most tilting player in NFL, if you ask me. So.
I've seen more tilting players than him.
He just tilts me. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with Jones for Purdue today?
Oh man, I don't know. It's ticking me off.
I'm glad I pulled him out of my cash because I don't.
He was in one of my. Yeah, I mean, he was in my GPP core.
Not hurt, right?
He's still in there. I don't know what's going on.
Maccabee's got to get him too. All right, we're talking NFL, not college, but
yeah.
we need a touchdown by Maccabee. Our man Williams from LSU scored, Josh Williams, but now we need Maccabee to score. Okay, so wide receiver. Let's talk cash wide receiver right now. Let me look at some ownership right now. It's never mind. I had wide receiver, so something didn't look right. Okay, right now, ownership wise, off the board, I have 2 guys projected over 20%. Chris Godwin, I didn't realize that. Chris Olave, love both of them. Then Cooper Kupp. To me, Cooper Kupp should be on every single cash game lineup you make on the planet until further notice. Drake London's up there. Tyler Lockett's up there a little bit. My man Reek Hill, and I think Reek Hill, I don't care who's throwing to him. Reek Hill's going to, I even saw a quote from him on Twitter. He said to the reporter, even if you were throwing to me, I'm going to get my points. Reek Hill, and then Mike Evans. That's anybody 15% ownership or above. Who's your top cash play? Let's take Cooper Kupp. Do you play Cooper Kupp every week?
I don't play him every week, no.
But we know Cooper Kupp's as a cash receiver. Give me somebody else that you like.
Yeah, I like Hill for sure. There's a couple of receivers.
Reek's my man.
Receivers are tough because I've talked about a lot. I was playing 4 of them, 3 receivers and 1 in the flex. I have no problem doing that. The offensive game this year especially on DK because it's point per reception, right? So there's a lot of middle tier and value guys that are just in smash spots. Like Godwin's only 6K. I don't mind going Godwin and Evans mixed with Brady in cash because Brate's out. So those two are priced pretty well, and those are going to be his two main guys. He's going to. So if I'm going Brady, I definitely don't mind going those two in cash. I like Tyreek Hill.
You're right.
I don't mind Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown in cash. I do want to go Cup. I don't know if I'm exactly going to get there. It's hard not to though. It's his rates are insane. Just 19 targets against San Francisco. My gosh. It's going to be tough not going Cup, but we'll see how it pans out ultimately at the end. But I do like Godwin and Evans for cash. A couple other guys for cash I'm throwing in there are London, Olave, Lockett. Lockett's prices went down, but I think his target share is still 11, 11, and 8 the last 3 games. His price keeps going down. The TVs will come. They're kind of variant, but I like Lockett there for sure. Trying to see.
Here's why I like. If you
Go ahead, yes. Who do you like? Everybody else is more like GPP.
And it's just, probably is more of a GPP play, but of course, Reek. I just realized Reek was only 6,100 week 1. Now he's up to 8K. Okay, so you want to play Cup? Of course, we got to find somebody cheaper. I'm looking at Devonta Smith for the Eagles now, even in cash, because Arizona's no joke. But Arizona shut down. They shut down Cooper Kupp. They shut down your man Devontae Adams. So they shut down AJ Brown, but also Matt Collins went off. Hunter Renfrow went off. Who else went? Ben Skowronek went off. Devonta Smith's same way there. So as the shutting down AJ Brown, give me Devonta Smith, my Bama boy. So I possibly even that's a cheap way to get a receiver in cash to go along with a Cup. But yeah, Godwin. Yeah, but actually, I thought how much is Smith? I thought Smith is actually cheaper than he is. Devonta Smith's 6K, so he's not. When you got Godwin, I still like him. I like him because of how they're gonna be centered on AJ Brown. But I think Godwin's definitely. You got Godwin and Olave, and they're both great prices. You can play with Cook. And one other guy I think is possibly maybe Zay Jones. He's probably the only guy in that really cheap range I would even maybe look at. Maybe a Rondale Moore, but you could probably make a lineup with Cup and Godwin. Cup and Godwin should be pretty much all lineups. And I think this is a Godwin week too. It was Evans' week last week. Brady's going to be going off this week. GPPs. And it's tough to talk GPPs when we're not talking game stacks here and all. I understand that. So I mentioned Rondale Moore. I actually Rondale Moore and Zay Jones actually are decent GPP plays. I think because they're cheap. But I don't know. I've been looking more at cash this week. Anybody else you like in GPP here for wide receivers?
No, I think I'm keeping Smith for GPP. I was a little worried about his back. I want to look deeper into that. His back was hurting last week. Devonta Smith. His back was hurting last week. I don't want it to act up, but I definitely don't mind him at 6K. He's definitely getting looks, but I also like AJ Brown. Like I said, this slate is awesome for GPPs. There's a lot of guys you can mix, and there's some definite game stacks. I'm always a McLaurin fan, and I like I said, I like this Tennessee Washington stack as an ugly stack, but I'm coming off it a little bit because Dotson is out, and now Logan Thomas is most likely going to be out. I don't know for sure. He added to the injury report on Friday. That's never good. But I'm not afraid to play maybe a Wentz with McLaurin and Samuel. Curtis Samuel has had a
You just took Samuel. I was going to mention Curtis Samuel.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's just in the game stacks. So you just don't mention them. But, and I'm not afraid of playing Bates either. I think we're going to go into tight end. But tight end after Higbee and maybe one other, it's just a wide open spot. So kind of like McLaurin there for sure. Even in trash time, McLaurin's price is still fair. And, his prices went down. And I think I still like the spot for him. There's going to be a ton of plays, and that's why it's important to be in Discord to just talk about some guys. I always like Brandon Cooks. I marked him down. I'm going to get him in some of mine. I've already mentioned, but I like London and Lockett. Mm-hmm. You're going to get you don't have to worry about ownership on these guys. Olave, Lockett, Curtis Samuel, McLaurin. I like Woods at 5,200 because Tennessee is without they're without their main guy, or not their main guy. Woods, I don't know. Burks is out. So Woods is going to get some more targets at my point is you don't have to worry about ownership at all with these receivers. Even with Chubb, I don't know what's he's only predicted at 17%. So this mid tier is looking good. Who else do I have here? DJ Moore's still cheap. I know it's a tough matchup for him. Oh, here, my last guys I'll finish off with are I do like are Elijah Moore and Wilson. I do like Breece Hall, but I think Jets are going to have to pass to keep up with Miami, and Miami's passing defense has not been good at all. They're one of the worst in the league actually. So I've been playing Eli Moore all year. But I don't mind him or Garrett Wilson or one of those Jets guys, but I prefer Moore the most. What do you got?
You mentioned Samuel. I like Curtis Samuel. Just the way he's been used.
And Dotson's out.
And Titans are ranked dead last in DVOA against WR2s. And Robert Woods, same game. And Washington is just been destroyed by wide receivers all season. So they're my main guys. We pretty much mentioned everybody else. Like I said, I like more like Zay Jones, those guys. So that's all I got. Tight end. Give me who we looking at in cash. I see. I got Tyler Higbee, 22% projected ownership, and only one even close to him is Cade Otton. I can't believe I'm saying that. We're seeing Cade Otton right now. Looking at 16, 17 projected ownership. So Higbee's gonna be all over the place. I think Higbee's is one of your top plays. Any belts you're looking at in cash? I mean, I usually try to go as cheap as I can go, as cheap as I can find, but
so tight end, yeah. One of the nice things about the Rams and Stafford is all their plays. They're kind of focused in on a certain amount of players, and Higbee's target share has been pretty good, and that's a pretty good price for Higbee. So I think he'll be your highest owned tight end.
Yeah,
I definitely don't mind him, but I don't get sold on playing the tight end.
No,
I might have him in cash, but I'm not afraid of going to guys like I was saying. I'll play a cheap guy like
Cade Otton.
3 guys I got written down are Otton. He's bare minimum with Braid out. Maybe play him with the Godwin, right? Or I'll play Bates and OJ Howard. And then my last guy, sorry, I said those guys, Irv Smith. Kind of them are the guys I'm looking at. There's more, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of mixing and mashing those guys in my cash.
And I agree. I think this is one of them weeks where you don't have a Kelsey, you don't have an Andrews, you don't have a Waller. They're all playing prime time slate stuff, is not messing with Kittle. No, I agree. I think you can go down to like a Logan Thomas. I've seems like I've used Logan Thomas forever. Ertz, Dallas Goddard, any of these guys. we know the Eagles-Cardinals game could be high scoring, right? So, maybe get something from Dallas Goedert or something. Because this Eagles team is good. This Eagles team is really good. So, it's almost like in MLB, we start messing with catchers. You know what I mean? I just look for somebody minimum price I think may do something, may get me a home run, and roll with it. Cole Kmet, you know what I mean? I don't know, something like that. So, but it looks like right now we're looking at projected ownership. Everybody's leaning toward Tyler Higbee for the Rams. But we saw what happens. That Rams team it's a pass funnel. It's only Kupp and Higbee. That's it. So, that's it. And a screen pass. Throwing a Kupp in a screen pass.
Yeah. I will mention I haven't looked at tight end as much as I want to, but yeah, I really do like Goddard too with Hurts.
What's up,
Arizona's absolutely terrible against tight ends. So
always been
definitely don't
years.
Yeah, it seems like every year they are, and they are once again, I think last or second to last. And I do like Ertz too, but I'm pretty high on Goddard as a pivot off of Higbee. And then Njoku. Okay, this guy is tilting, but man, he's gotten the last 3 games. He's got 5, 10, and 7. So 22 targets in 3 games. Hawkinson's in play if St. Brown is out. I still don't like him much at that price, but yeah, I like Njoku here a little bit. So.
One guy who I just lost is Hawkinson's price just went through the roof. All of a sudden now I think he's like the highest salaried player, highest salaried tight end. I'm not touching Hawkinson now this week, but he's there. That was a career day he had last week. And you called him too, right? We played him. We played Hawkinson that big game, right?
Hawkinson was chalk, and he had to be in your line last week. It was 4,100, and we'll not take that credit as a call. It was just more of a lock against Seattle.
What did his ownership end up at?
Oh, I'd have to look, but I'm pretty sure he was the highest owned tight end on the slate.
Actually, I was wrong. Kittle's the highest salary this week, but then Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Hawkinson is now 4.9. He took a huge jump. So,
yep.
All right. So that's tight ends. Let's quickly talk game stack. Give me let's each do game stack, team stack, however you want to go. Give me I guess I can go. I don't want to put you on a spot, so maybe I'll go first. And maybe like a high price, like a mid-price game stack. And one I'm looking at is, because I really think that it's high price, obviously, is a Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown with Dallas Goedert, and then and then a bring back of a Rondale Moore. So it was like Eagles Cardinals highest game total at slate as of now, right? 49.5. Both rank inside top 5 in plays per game. Up tempo, of course, is up tempo contest. Definitely Philadelphia. I think right now is just I think to me the Eagles are the best team in football by far. AJ Brown totally dominates when it gets the opportunity. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at like a Jalen Hurts plus AJ Brown and Goddard. We get Goddard at 6,100. Bring it back with a Rondale Moore. And then I have like a little bit of a and then if you want a leverage piece, we talked about earlier, I like Devontae Smith a lot because it looks like Arizona, is one team Arizona gets beat by his WR2s. That's my high priced stack, game stack, however you want to say.
Yeah, game stacks are a little harder this week. The Tampa Bay game stack. I think some people are going to play Brady, Fournette with Godwin, and maybe even Evans or Patton. So they'll have 4 or 5 guys from that lineup from other Tampa Bay, which makes sense because Tampa Bay's predicted to score 28 and a half. But I kind of like to look deeper and look. I kind of like the Houston and Jacksonville stack. Maybe some Lawrence and Kirk or some. I did use Mills last week. I don't know if I'll go that way, but Mills and Cooks or something like that, and with OJ Howard. And I already mentioned my one game stack of Tennessee and Washington. I'm not afraid to do it. Hopefully turns out. I'm getting off it a little bit because of the injuries Washington has, and they've kind of failed me this year. But even the Miami Jets game, Miami's only 3-point favorites. They're not great against the pass. Put some, these guys are priced right. Wilson with some Eli Moore, Corey Davis, or any one of those three receivers. And then you can put them with Hall too. And then Miami with maybe a Gesicki and Tyreek Hill. I don't know. You said you like Monsert. One thing I've noticed is a lot of people are scared. Don't be scared to play your running backs with your game stacks, right? Don't be afraid to put Edmonds or Monsert in there with that game stack. Don't be afraid to put Sanders in with Devontae Smith if you like Smith and Hurts. I've seen some of these game stacks last week it was Geno Smith and Penny, and the week before when I used the Seattle stack also, I forget. Sorry, it was Seattle Atlanta, and I had that as an ugly game stack 2 weeks ago. And Patterson was in that game stack, and he was low owned, and so. I'm kind of blabbering on here, but yeah, don't be afraid to put your running backs in there with your game stacks.
And that's what I'm talking about right now. I'm piggybacking on you, and I'm glad you said it. First, Sean V, what's up? I'm glad Sean V comes on the shows and always has some nice stats for us. He was one of our baseball regulars. Okay, so I'm babbling now. Saints, my low price stack. Saints, Dalton, we already talked about him earlier in the show. Dalton and Olave. Maybe even a Jarvis Landry. So maybe Dalton, Olave, Jarvis Landry. Love this game. And then bring back a Tyler Lockett. And who's my leverage? The running back, you're talking about Alvin Kamara. We don't have to rehash Alvin Kamara again, but I think Kamara is a play. We saw what Detroit did to Seattle in week 4. Dome at home. And now we got same boat this week for the Saints. And with a backup quarterback to boot. And one last one quickly is I got to say it is my Teddy Bridgewater Reek. Teddy Bridgewater Reek Waddell. Bring it back with Elijah Moore. Yeah. And here's my leverage is I got to go right with Mostert again because I'm on Mostert this week. Mostert scoring his first touchdown this week. It's no longer Chase. I don't know. Chase Edmonds just annoys me. And when I play him, Chase Edmonds does nothing. So I'm going. The Fins up, baby.
Yeah. So as far as defense, I don't really have a hot take this week. Last week I did like the Giants a good amount. I think you're looking at guys like the Bills. Dallas is priced pretty low at 2,500. You're going to kind of have to just take the points where you can with defense. But I think if you need a value defense, the Cowboys.
That's a good point because I skip right over defense, but it's true because always want to build these GPPs. You're always down to that minimum price defense, and you always want to who to play. That's a good point. This week to me is Bears,
Vikings. Yeah, Vikings too. Bears absolutely suck. No other way around it.
No, they do.
But yeah, I guess Vikings aren't the best either, but Vikings are in play, Bills, of course.
What about the Titans?
Yeah, they're okay.
The boys are only 2,500 on DK. The boys, I guess they're boys against the Rams. We saw last week with the Rams. The Rams can maybe if you're going with somebody really cheap, I'm looking at the boys then.
Yeah, it's just if I still like Cup and Higbee, but you're just looking for maybe a couple sacks, maybe a couple interceptions, and you never know. So, yep, that's pretty much what I got for the week. And I just say,
my dog's here. Is that your dog barking in the back?
Yeah, it might be. I probably need to open my door a little more.
My dog's
I need
here.
to probably. Yeah.
All right. So I think we gave our stacks. We gave our. That's it. Alvin Kamara is my top play. As long as Alvin Kamara is healthy, I'm all over Kamara this week. Who's your top play of the week?
Top play of the week. I'm probably looking at. I do like Kamara.
Enrique.
Think I'm gonna stick to my guns with James Robinson, man. I'm gonna put him as a top play, and
Dig it.
and yep, I'm gonna kind of stick there and that receiver, maybe some Godwin. I'll put my cores out tomorrow, to get. I don't have my cores solidified, but yeah, guys like that. I'm kind of looking at.
Pete scored a touchdown. All right. Yeah, we gotta get going. I gotta get cores up for 3:30 college football. So anybody, thanks for watching live. Marco, thanks for stopping. My man Mark. Sean B, good to see you. Eric, Jeremy, all these guys. So back next week. Good luck tomorrow. Anybody's playing college, good luck tonight. And we are out of here. Deuces.
Good luck.